The spaceship hummed quietly as it drifted through the uncharted void of the Zarthan Expanse. Captain Elias Ward leaned back in his chair, staring at the holographic map that flickered with alien symbols he could barely decipher. This mission was supposed to be routine. Collect intelligence on uncontacted alien civilizations, make peaceful first contact, and report back to the Interstellar Council. Nothing had ever been routine in deep space, though. The transmission had come without warning. A single, crystalline signal pulsed repeatedly, emanating from a planet entirely covered in luminescent flora. There was no record of intelligent life here, at least none known to the Council. But the signal was structured, deliberate. Elias knew instinctively that this wasn't a natural phenomenon. Someone or something wanted to be found. By the time the landing craft touched down, a towering palace of iridescent crystal shimmered before him, rising from the glowing forests like a monument to something both ancient and impossibly advanced. He took a deep breath, adjusting his universal translator, and stepped forward. The air was thick, almost sweet, with a scent that felt like memory, though he had no memory of it. And then she appeared, the Alien Queen. She floated above the palace floor, her form elegant, regal, and unlike anything he had ever seen. Her skin shifted in colors that seemed impossible, iridescent like the surface of a pearl, yet constantly changing, flowing in patterns that made it impossible to focus on any single part of her at once. Her eyes, large, luminous, and liquid, locked onto him, and Elias felt the peculiar sensation of being seen for the first time in his life, completely and without reservation. "I have been expecting you, human," she said, her voice echoing like a symphony of tones, simultaneously melodic and commanding. "I am Lyra, Queen of the Zarthan. Your species intrigues me." Elias swallowed, carefully controlling his expression. "Captain Elias Ward. I come in peace." Lyra's eyes glimmered like molten silver. "Peace?" she asked. "Peace is simple when one is strong. Boldness, cunning, charm, those are rarer traits. I have observed you across the stars, human. You survive where others falter. You endure. You defy. That is why I summoned you." The words sent a chill down his spine, yet he felt an inexplicable thrill. He had met many alien species, negotiated with hostile commanders, and survived situations where logic and diplomacy had failed. But this was different. There was a weight behind her gaze, a silent challenge he could not ignore. Lyra descended slowly, her movement graceful yet predatory. "I offer you a choice, human. One that few of your kind could even comprehend." Elias raised a brow. "I'm listening." She circled him, and the air shimmered with her presence. "I rule this world, and beyond it, countless others in secret. I can offer you power, knowledge, dominion over stars you have not yet imagined. I can make you a legend, not of your kind, but of the cosmos itself." Elias studied her, trying not to betray the whirlwind of emotions rising within him. Fear, awe, suspicion, and, most dangerously, curiosity. "And what would you ask in return?" Her smile was slow, deliberate, and almost predatory. "Loyalty. Companionship. A bond that transcends the boundaries of species. You would become my emissary, my partner in shaping the fates of worlds. One human hand, guiding countless civilizations under my aegis." The boldness of her offer was staggering. He could feel the magnetic pull of it, the promise of untold power, knowledge that could unravel the mysteries of the universe. Many humans would have knelt on the spot, dazzled by such a proposition. But Elias only smiled. "And what if I refuse?" he asked calmly, almost lazily, though his mind raced. Lyra's eyes narrowed slightly, the color of molten amethyst deepening. Refusal is rare. Most succumb to the allure before comprehending the consequences. But I am curious. Curiosity is rewarding. He shrugged lightly. I survive by making my own choices, not by being chosen. Her laughter echoed, a sound that resonated inside the walls of the crystalline palace like chimes in a storm. Bold. Daring. Reckless. I like that, human. It seems my instincts were correct. You are exceptional. Hours passed, though time seemed to stretch and bend under the Queen's presence. She showed him visions of distant galaxies, civilizations that had risen and fallen, artifacts that defied physics, and weapons that could reshape planets with a thought. She revealed the secrets of her own kind, immortal beings who had observed countless species, nurturing some, extinguishing others. Elias listened, absorbed, cautious. He asked questions, probed gaps in her stories, and tested the limits of her patience and generosity. Each time, she answered, though always with the same calm authority. Yet beneath her power, he sensed a flicker of something he could not identify. Vulnerability, perhaps, or the loneliness of omnipotence. At last, Lyra ceased her demonstrations and approached him again. You understand the offer, human. Your acceptance would bind you to me. You would wield influence far beyond your comprehension. Elias tilted his head, his eyes bright with amusement. I understand. And yet I only smile. Not because I'm rejecting you, but because I see the challenge. Not in the offer, but in you. A queen who rules everything, yet seeks something she cannot command. A willing companion who remains free in spirit. Lyra blinked. Then she smiled, not the predatory smile from before, but a genuine one. Her form shimmered, colors shifting in subtle hues of violet and gold. You are extraordinary. Few humans possess such perception. Most are blinded by ambition or fear. You see. Elias kept his calm, though his heart raced. Seeing is different from taking. Power isn't meaningful if it chains you to someone else's will. I walk my path alone, yet I am not blind to wonder. I can admire what you are without surrendering myself. For a moment, the Queen was silent. Then she laughed, softly, like wind through crystal towers. Perhaps that is why I summoned you, after all. To find one who can challenge me, yet not oppose me entirely. To find someone who will choose freedom over chains, yet stand beside me in mutual respect. Elias felt a shiver run down his spine, not from fear, but from exhilaration. He had never met a being so powerful, so commanding, and yet so fascinating. He realized in that moment that the offer itself was less important than the game, the connection, the undeniable pull between two minds that could match each other in strength and independence. I will not be your servant, Lyra, he said quietly, but I will walk beside you. Not under your rule, not above it. Together as equals. The Queen's eyes softened, her aura shimmering like dawn over a distant planet. Then it seems we are agreed, human. Not as master and subject, but as allies. Partners in exploration, in understanding, in shaping destinies, yet free. Elias nodded. The tension in his body eased, replaced by anticipation. He had faced countless dangers, from hostile planets to interstellar pirates, yet none had tested him like this. Here, in the presence of an alien queen whose power eclipsed entire civilizations, he felt alive in a way he never had. Lyra extended her hand, not as a gesture of dominance, but of respect. Elias took it. The connection was electric, a spark that transcended species, language, and culture. They did not need words. They understood each other. "Then let us begin," Lyra said, her voice gentle yet resolute. "The cosmos awaits, human. And you are ready for it." Elias smiled. Not out of arrogance, not out of pride, but out of understanding. The universe was vast, filled with wonders and dangers alike. And for the first time, he would not face it alone. He would not surrender his freedom, nor would he ignore the call of destiny. He would walk beside the most powerful being he had ever known, and in that choice, he found something rarer than power itself, mutual respect, and a bond forged in the fires of challenge and choice. As the crystalline towers shimmered under the twin suns of Zarth, Elias realized that the boldest offer in the universe had been made. And the human had smiled, not because he was tempted, but because he had already won in the way that mattered most, by choosing his own path. And so, together, they stepped into the endless night of the stars, two beings from entirely different worlds, ready to shape the cosmos, not through domination, but through understanding, courage, and a respect that transcended species. The galaxy itself seemed to hold its breath as their journey began, a journey that would echo across civilizations for eons. Elias looked at Lyra, and she looked back. Neither needed to speak. In that silence, a universe of possibilities unfolded. The human had smiled, and in doing so, he had chosen freedom, partnership, and the infinite adventure that awaited them both.